wow. HEXO down 23%. Huge down 21%. T-God down 18%. MJ down 15%. Flower down 15%. Tilray down 10%. Afria down 9%. Organogram down 8%. Eat down 8%. Cannabis growth weed down 8%. Aurora Cannabis down 5%. Chronos Group down 6%. Oxley's staying even. Valens Growworks down 5%. The Supreme Cannabis Company, now under $1, down 7%. Canopy Rivers down 7%. TerraSend down 5%. Alephia Health down 3%. Agriflora down 5%. Cantrust down 7%. Emerald Health down 8%. WeedMD down 3%. Namaste down 6%. Good morning. Hope you guys are all having a decent day. I'm sure it's difficult for you to have a good day when everything is crashing like this in the cannabis sector if you're an investor. Infinite Possibility says, greetings, Rich. Jason Garza says, sell. A lot of people are selling, that's for sure. I ain't selling a single thing. Kevin Van says, oversupply and the hype is gone, unfortunately, and the government of Canada has blown every opportunity to do this right, folks. Definitely a nightmare. Cody Olson says, hi, Rich, rough day. Yeah, I think that says it lightly. Scott Norris says, Cannabis, a frightful sight. I'm just going to watch, even if it takes years, as long as it doesn't hit zero. Yeah, it's I'm almost at a loss for words. Fred says, T-God. Mentor Me says, good day, Rich. I would say this is the time to buy. Kevin Van says, shorts also making millions. People forget this every day. Shorts are making billions. Infinite Possibility says this massive crash is going to lead to a massive spike. Just last week, we were having spikes all over the place. And then this week, it's been a crash. Cody Olson says, bought some more ACB. Manu says, check FSD Pharma. Yeah, I know. Lower than they've ever been. Gappa says, Cannabis, what a crime. LOL, so happy I got out 4 months ago. Rui Pinero says, morning, Xena is killing me. Are they going to be able to bounce back or will they flop? I mean, you guys are asking me this as if I have the answer. I'm an investor just like you guys. It's not just Vina getting crashed. Everything's crashing. MJ&A down 4%. KGKG down 4%. Medman down 13%. Kush Bottles down 3%. MCIG down 3%. Ianthus down 7%. Tilt down 4%. CVSI down 4%. GW Pharma's at 3%. Curaleaf down 6%. Green Thumb Industries down 4%. Harvest Health and Recreation down 7%. Cresco Labs down 6%. Charlotte's Web Holdings down 3%. Acreage Holdings down 8%. True Leaf Cannabis down 3%. Canna Royalty Corp down 8%. Green Growth Brands down 6%. Planet 13 down 3%. It's not just one company that's down, guys. They're all down. Alexinol Global down 5%. Marimed down 5%. Grow Generation Corp down 3%. Liberty Health Sciences down 3%. It's crazy. It's really, really crazy. Cannabis at 62.5 cents, down 12%. I mean, they're all down. They all getting crushed as far as I'm concerned. Infinite Possibility says it's difficult, but I'm having a great day. Five Finger Limited says I am a buyer. Vin C says, should I sell Zenibus? I'm never going to tell you guys to sell for a loss, but that's up to you. DL Bro says, morning Rich, beauty day to you, bud. Won't be selling either. Infinite Possibility says, we saw 58 cents Zenibus this morning. Five Finger Limited says, don't sell. Well, clearly a lot of people are selling in a panic. Jason Garza says, bought more Curaleaf, buy American. Infinite Possibility says, this is what separates the weak from the strong. Five Finger Limited says, buy. Shane MJ says, HEXO not looking good. Yeah, I woke up this morning to the group chat, and the group's great because we get all the news there first. They announced that they're not going to hit their financial forecasts. Yet another company that over-promoted and under-delivered. So clearly that's the reason why HEXO's tanking today. Just disgusting. Such a disappointment. I own HEXO. Reza says, just bought VFF. Kevin Van says, a stock I will recommend is VZLA. News out yesterday. Took a look. Massive silver find. Owners own a huge chunk of shares. Alberto Ramos says, fake crash to make Trudeau look bad before the election. Yvonne Diesel says, Rich, they want to make room for the banker. Everybody will jump the boat. Infinite Possibility says, trust the process, guys. Cody Olson says, what's the HEXO news? HEXO announced today that they are falling short of their financial forecasts. Very similar to ACB. And we'll look at what happened to ACB when they announced it. Infinite Possibility says IP up 27%. Imagination Park, a virtual reality stock, which I talked to the entire community about when it was at 1.5 cents, is now up over 7 cents today and has been killing it. And I told everybody when it was at 1.5 cents that this could be our next Zoom Away Travel. And zoom, we got members making a killing on Imagination Park. StockTube Home says, how about that analyst pumping HEXO 2 weeks ago? Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of pumping and been a lot of dumping in the cannabis sector, that's for sure. Malcolm says, key here is that Scott's Miracle-Gro is only down 0.08%. Yeah, Scott's Miracle-Gro makes money. Scott's Miracle-Gro has net income, and they are the leader of the pack, and everybody else is chasing. Chris Deering says, ACB is still a buy. I don't care what anyone says. Just got to buy these stocks on a big discount. I agree with you 100%. I'm not panicking. I'm past the point of being angry and disturbed, and just at the point now as an investor looking at buying opportunities. Cody Olson says, do we stop buying at this point, Rich? Wait it out. Yeah, I wouldn't be buying anything yet. I'd be waiting for a bottom. Yvonne Diesel says, I think they watch you on YouTube. They want us to sell like crazy. Well, I know for a fact they're watching. We got 90 people here and 16 likes, so clearly they're watching. But the thing is, I ain't going anywhere. I ain't going anywhere. I'm going to be right here like it was 2.5 years ago, and watching the markets crash is no different than it's been doing for the last 2.5 years. S. Long says, well, investors are definitely starting to panic exactly what they want. Hopefully a turnaround soon. Investors have been panicking for 7 months. Chris Deering says, beauty day on the East Coast, time to walk the dog. Pekka says, this year sucks. We have to wait next year, have to buy more. But when is the question? That's the $1 million question that every investor has. Infinite Possibility says, don't panic, guys. This is what the market does. Did the exact same thing last October. Exact same thing. Everything crashed. Monster Box says, glad I bailed last week. I'm sure you are glad. Dave says, stop looking at them and come back in a year. Zach says, Namaste was a waste of money. Gopa32 says, I automatically push the like button for our boy Rich. That's the first things first. Thank you. I appreciate it. Drew D says, yes, Dave. Robert Howell says, is Namaste positioned better than the major companies because they do not have to carry inventory, but rather are the portal for selling the product? I think they are. I think Namaste is, but Namaste doesn't have huge revenue, which is why that we don't see Namaste going up. Zach says, Namaste lost me $14K. Yvonne Diesel says, Rich, do that by purpose. They want us to panic for the community. Well, I'm not panicking. Been doing this for 2.5 years. Never panicked then. Not going to panic now. Just treat it as a buying opportunity. Find the bottoms, position yourself, and get ready for the resurrection. Infinite Possibility says, the market makers need the market to go up to make money, so there is no reason to panic. Fox Ultra Feel says, I just started a position in HEXO. We'll buy more when it rises over 3. Apelli says, HEXO, God damn it. Yeah, just one company after another lying to the public. Just lying to the public. Lying to the public. DL Bro says, Senate leader of Mexico ruling party said lawmakers plan to vote to legalize MJ by end of month. That's going to be big. StockTube Home says, I'm still optimistic, Rich, waiting for the Senate to pass the SAFE Act. I'm always going to be optimistic. I never said it was going to be easy. I never thought it was going to be easy. I've always thought that the best way to make money is to buy stocks low. Right now, a lot of these stocks are low. The key is to identify the companies that have the best cost per gram, the most revenue, little to no debt, and money in the bank, and position yourself in those companies. Everybody else is in jeopardy right now. Omaha Wellness says, Mitch McConnell, Republican Senate Majority Leader, took a flight out to California. He met with executives from cannabis companies and had several lunches with supporters of the Safe Banking Act. Smoking 559 says, let him create a panic. I know, and you know, cannabis is not going anywhere. Yeah, last time I looked, people are going to keep smoking cannabis. People are going to keep smoking cannabis. Cody Olson says, liked, thanks for info and updates. Jason Garza says, my US companies are making more revenue than my Canadian LPs. Yeah, it's something I've noticed, and it's because Health Canada is making it very difficult for these companies. In fact, HEXO is stating that that's the reason why they're not hitting their forecasted numbers. But at the end of the day, these companies need to under-promote, over-deliver, not over-promote, under-deliver. It's kind of it's just stupid. Stupid mistakes. Zach K says, put your money into realistic stocks, are fraud, and are fixed just like gambling. Infinite Possibility says, to become wealthy, you have to think wealthy. Yvonne Diesel says, Rich, I am afraid for Afria. The result is coming soon. What do you think? Well, they're getting crushed today. So, I mean, I'm hoping for good numbers, but at this point, everybody's blaming Health Canada for not hitting their numbers. So we'll see. What do I expect from Afria earnings? Honestly, I don't know what to expect right now. The entire sector is under chaos, fraud, speculation, hate, shorting, insider selling. It's a pretty ugly situation right now. Ryan Tibbs says, some people are not built for this, Rich. That's why I'm here, man. I was built for this. Jason Garza says, nice threads, Rich. You wearing pants today? I wear pants every day, man. This is a full suit. I wear pants every single day, belt included. Full suit. I rock a full suit. The sky will go up in the morning, and stocks will go up, and they're going to go down. That's just the stock market. Zach K says, you know who is a fraud? Ralston from DIRV, Direct View OTC. Super fraud he is. Infinite Possibility says, Ryan Tibbs, exactly. You need to risk big to get big. Gopa32 says, I could be wrong, but I believe Apple is one of the very few true debt-free companies. Omaha Wellness says, they say buy when there's blood in water. There's freaking dead dolphins in the water right now. Buy more, damn it. Best is blessed. Quentin Simmons says, bought some more DRVD. Five Finger Limited says, don't sell, hang tight. Tony M. Beat says, what do you like about Weed MD? I think Weed MD has a future. I think they have a lot of potential. But right now, it's hard to like anything in this sector because everything is getting crushed. Infinite Possibility says, Forbes had an article that said the weed industry will grow 700% this year. 2019 or 2020? Alberto Ramos says, Halo and Labs holding up fine, loving the extraction plays going into 2020. I agree. Extraction is definitely a good way to go. Ed says, what do you think about CanTrust? Is it done? Do you think they'll ever recover? I think we have to wait to see them get their license back. Considering how much everything's gone down, they've actually held pretty good. Podhead says, the hype is gone. Everybody's telling you to buy, and all you're seeing is your account or down to zero. The hype is gone, and so is your money. Scott Norris says, I still believe in Cannabis, but long term, they are into everything. It will just take a long road. Well, I mean, if you're a long-term investor, these prices are a gift because that allows us to get into these companies at lower prices. Initially, I was angry what was happening with Cannabis. Then I thought about it and I said, okay, well, I'm just going to have to lower my cost and buy a lot of shares for really, really cheap. So at this point, I'm not really too concerned about the price. I just want to find the bottom. DC says, it will bounce back. It always does. Sit right, people. I am nervous, though. I have tons of T-God ACB. Well, yeah, I mean, it's hard as an investor not to be nervous when your investments are going down. You have to think of a plan B. Are you going to sell for a loss? Look for something else to make your money on. Are you going to short stocks? Are you going to buy the HMJI ETF? Are you going to buy puts, betting that these stocks are going to keep going down? Are you going to lower your cost? Or are you going to just wait? You have options. JD Rough Cut says, just getting to the markets. Are they down again today? Oh, yeah. They're down large. Canada alone is down 6%. Big, big, big crash today. Thank you guys for the 40 likes. But we got 100 people here. I'm the only guy pulling up on a red day like usual. Smash that like button, people. Let's go. Kathy Martin says, just added to my position in 48 North at 50 cents a share. They are in the process of their second harvest outdoor, and expected yield is 40,000 kgs. You do the math. No, I agree with you. Looks like they have a lot of upside. Jason Garza says, made you stand. Mad respect, bro. Nasty says, I'm back. I was trading Forex for a bit and came back, and I won't get into ACB unless it's at $3 to $2. Just by technical analysis, everything is fake, right? It's too artificial. Five Finger Limited says, been making money on BMMJ, rinse and repeat, made money on Agriflora. Scott Norris says, lots of fake news. Only truthful news is rich. Says it how it is. Smash the like. Thank you, Scott. I appreciate you. Joshua says it's Texas Chainsaw Massacre on the streets today. Yeah, it's definitely a buying opportunity. Infinite Possibility says 2020. DC says you skip me, LOL, DC. Tom Frisia says my brokerage called to ask if I wanted to lend out my ACB shares for payment. Humble R says, how can you average down this low without losing faith, Rich? I've been in this game for 2.5 years. I've seen low lows. I've seen high highs. I've seen them resurrect. I've seen them go down. I've never panicked. I always average down, and I find my way out of trades. I mean, a lot of times I average down, then they explode, and I make a killing. So there's no need for me to panic. I have lots of resources. I got a plan B, I got a plan C, I got a plan E, a plan D, I got plans. So at the end of the day, when good companies go down, that's the time for me to buy. I'm an investor. This is what I look for. Correct. Infinite Possibility said it 100% correctly. Your money is not gone unless you sell in the red. Exactly. Pekka says, we do not need hype. We need big investors. And big investors will come at the bottom. So this is exactly what they're looking for. Tom Frisia says 43% of ACB volume is shorts, and ACB is one of the top shorted stocks. At some point, the shorts are going to have to cover. Captain Gaming says this market correction was needed for healthy future growth. I agree with you 100%. DC says just wait. Malcolm B says the moment we all start buying puts, they will all increase. What makes you think we haven't already started buying puts? And what makes you think that people are not shorting? And what makes you think that people are not buying the HMJI ETF? You need to do some of these things to create insurance for yourself in this sector. Tom says, I think the shorts are getting greedy. I think right now it's too easy for the shorts. These companies are making it easy. HEXO coming out today announcing before the market opens that they're not going to achieve their objectives is just suicide. So these companies are just plain stupid at this point. A lot of them are just plain stupid. Gopa32 says, hurry up and wait. Tom says, in my honest opinion, it's time to buy. Shane MJ says the entire sector is in shambles, in need of a CPR ASAP. You guys can short stocks. You guys can buy puts. You guys can buy the HMJI ETF. You guys can buy IP, Imagination Park. You guys can buy big board stocks. There's a lot of other things you guys can do. You don't have to buy cannabis stocks. Nobody ever said this was going to be easy. It reminds me of cryptocurrencies when all the cryptocurrencies went down for a year and then all of a sudden they exploded, specifically Bitcoin. And all the top cryptocurrencies exploded and had a huge run up, and now they're coming back down again. That's just what investing, that's investing. It's investing 101. It's nothing different. If they don't go up, then there's no chance for them to go down. And if they don't go down, there's no chance for them to go up. So right now they're going down as low as they can go, so they can go up as high as they can go. Alex says, yeah, deep red. Omaha Wellness says picked up over 25K in shares today. Trulieve, Curaleaf, Cresco, Acreage, Harvest, and Aurora monsters. I like the companies you picked up, man. Yeah, monsters. I love the way you're thinking. DC is saying, what's up with HEXO? Like I said to you guys, HEXO announced today that they are going to fall short of their earnings forecasts that they set for themselves. That's why the stock is tanking today. And I'm an owner of HEXO, and I'm not happy that they're going down. But as an investor that just bought a little bit, 1,000 shares, I'm like, okay, let me buy some more. Michelle says, just bought some Cron at $8. Plan on adding to CGC and Afria if prices stay at these levels tomorrow. I'm in till U.S. legalization. I'm thinking max 5 years. I think US legalization is going to be sooner. Christopher Fernando says, your hair looks like an onion. Really? Recon Legend says, Xena is a flaming hot mess right now. Something needs to be done about their stock. Yeah, Cannabis, HEXO, T-God. I mean, the list goes on and on. There's a whole bunch of companies that are a flaming mess right now. Fox Ultra Feel says, the emotions are so depressed right now. One can feel the panic. Buy when there's traditional fear in the markets. Hence, just bought more Cannabis. Yeah, as an investor, after getting past the anger and the disappointment of everything going down, I just go back to put my hat back on, my work hat back on, and say, okay, let me just keep buying more at these lower prices. But I'm not going to rush to buy anything. I want to wait to see some strength. I'm not going to rush to buy anything. Alex says, it's a loading opportunity of winner stock price. Five Finger Limited says, buy when you feel sick when you look at your portfolio. Shane MJ says, my heart goes out to the people that are playing with scared money, got into cannabis just because their friends, early investors, made millions. And there's still going to be an opportunity for people to make millions. That's the thing a lot of people don't understand is when these stocks are going down, people are buying. Look at the volumes. Look at the volumes. There's not just people selling. There's a lot of people buying. Don't kid yourselves. Infinite Possibility says Buffett bought 1.4 billion shares of Coke when it was a penny stock. Exactly. Mel Rivera says, what's your take on GW Pharma short and long term? I think GW Pharma is a giant. They have the best revenues other than Scotts Miracle-Gro in America of any cannabis company. They are a huge player out of Europe that has a product that's going to be making a difference in the world. I think GW Pharma is going to be a giant. Jason Garza says, hey, Rich, CNST is up 3.8%. Chris Deering says, when these companies start profiting, then we'll see green. Patience. Well, I mean, we've already seen companies start profiting and they've been going down regardless. So this is obviously the trend. If you want to make money, follow the trend. Otherwise, buy low, wait for the markets to turn around. That's all you can really do as an investor. Kathy Martin says, it's easy to buy when everyone is making money. It's hard to buy when everyone is crying. Sometimes you have to hold your nose and jump in. Yeah, I mean, if you were looking to buy Aurora Cannabis at a good price, this is a good price, the lowest price of the year. If you're looking to buy Canopy Growth at a good price, this is a great price, lowest price of the year. If you're looking to buy Tilray, this is the best price since their IPO. If you're looking to buy Afria, this is the best price in a year. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. So as an investor that's just getting in now, perfect time to get in. Institutions are going to start getting in. Hedge funds are going to start getting in. More and more investors are going to just keep getting in. Infinite Possibility says, getting rich is not easy, guys. Exactly. Lorenzo Camez says, that's the way the cycle works. Stock goes up, greed. Stock goes down, fear. Five Finger Limited says, you have to believe in what you're doing and what you're buying. Jessica says, I sacrificed CanTrust with huge loss. Lorenzo says, good afternoon, community. Kathy says, HEXO was a little too ambitious. They sold some of their shares to raise cash. Gopa32 says, May 2020, Bitcoin will be halving, meaning less can be generated. And when we have less of what folks want, the more it's worth. And I wouldn't be surprised to see Bitcoin go up based on that. Ryan Hannon says, slash and burn will create lush new growth. Ryan Tibbs says, now is not the time to buy small players, only focusing on buying the big boys. And I told you guys last night, Aurora Cannabis, Afria, Valens Grow Works, Metafarm Labs, Cura, True Leaves, Canopy Growth, and Green Thumb. That's my grade 8. Yvonne Diesel says, Rich, look at me. I have 50,000 shares of HEXO at $24 because of the HIP company. Damn. Lorenzo Camez says, crazy sector has everyone talking about it. Exactly. Exactly. Notice that? Lorenzo Camez says, you know what happens when everyone starts talking? Yeah, they start buying. Kathy Martin says, no one talks about Oxley. Here's the thing. Their stock is now a few cents higher than it was in July, whereas everything else is down 40 to 50%. It's a good point. JC M Arizona says, buying ACB. Felix says, Rich, you always a great job on these canna stocks. I commend you for your commitment and growth, man. Keep it up. I'm going to be here, man, every step of the way. I'm going to be here every step of the way. I told you guys I'm going to become a billionaire in the cannabis sector. No one ever said it was going to be easy. But as an investor, I love these prices. I'm not going to lie to you guys. As an investor, I'm just licking my lips because I want all the top cannabis stocks cheap. And right now, they're cheap. Reefer Al Joint says, go Rich, gotta be smooth like suede. Mr. Bojang says, ACB will eat. ACB will eat everything. JCM Arizona says, loading ACB, VYST, PASO, buying fear is always a winner, made a crap ton on Sears. Felix says, oh, and nothing to do canna, but legitimate history making. LFAP, LGBTQ loyalty is going to be huge. Check it out, guys. DC asks, how do you feel about LHSIF? I think they're pretty good. They had some issues in the past, but I think they're pretty good. Early Hunter says, I predict 50 cents will be the bottom for Zenabis. Infinite Possibility says, gotta love the panic. Jason Garza says, I agree, Infinite. Come on, guys, hit that like button. We got 109 people here, 53 likes. We got a button. Come on, guys. I'm pulling up on red days like I told you I always would. Just like you guys, I'm an investor and I'm bleeding. However, I'm an investor with many resources and I plan to be buying a lot more very soon. So these prices, to be honest with you, in my opinion, are a gift. Infinite Possibility says, Early Hunter, I think we saw the bottom at 58 cents. Humble says, another 50% downside from here, Rich. Hey, man, I'll be sitting on the sidelines waiting. I'll be sitting on the sidelines waiting for the next resurrection with a bunch of cash. Reefer Al Joint says, and if you're looking at T-God, then jump in ACB. Ha, ha, ha. Kathy Martin says, when all of us old farts see the new CBD products on the market at the local retail store, we will open our wallets, and us baby boomers have lots of cash and plenty of ailments. Infinite Possibility says, you need to go against the crowd. AJ Pa says, it's still crazy. We thought it was the lowest price 2 months ago. I say wait for reversal instead of trying to find the bottom. Just my opinion. I agree with you. Buying right now is very risky. I'm going to sit on the sidelines with a lot of cash and just continue to accumulate more cash. And if I feel like I find a bottom, I'm going to buy more. And there's a lot of companies that I wanted in the sector that I haven't bought yet. And these prices, in my opinion, are a gift. So I'm just going to keep loading up on those positions when I see the bottom. Jason Garza says, hey, OGI is at 2017 prices. Good one. Exactly. DC is saying, did I read that T-God is debt-free? Yes, T-God is debt-free. Alex says, cannabis is just like alcohol and cigarettes. It will be huge industry, which is why I am not worried one bit now. It's only time, folks. It's true. Infinite Possibility says, Alex Castillos, I agree 100%. Pancho says, hey, Rich, you think people were pumping and dumping these cannabis stocks? Clearly. Maxed Out says, holy F, blood in them streets. Infinite Possibility says, I am looking for billions. The Nerd says, 1930s, here we come. Organic Tim says, what the F, bro? Yvonne Diesel says, Rich, I buy HIP at 150 for 50,000 shares. I was sure they would go up. She went at 375. Organic Tim says, what's wrong with this market? These companies are highly overvalued. They have no cash in the bank. And the market makers are pretty much saying that we are not going to see these stocks go up until they start showing money, which I think is a good thing for investors. Buys Major says, just likes. Just bought more Xena. Let's go. Ryan Hannon says, always here with you, man. Keep it up. I appreciate you, Ryan. Thank you. Jason Garza says, where should I start? Organic. JCM Arizona says, you don't think ACB is at a bottom? It's hard to tell whether or not anything's at a bottom right now when everything keeps falling. Infinite Possibility says, Jason Garza, my number one pick is Cali on the TSX. Okay, I finally caught to you guys. Omaha Wellness says, just buy Canopy and Aurora. Quit taking risks with tiny companies. Cannabis bigger than alcohol, tobacco, and NFL combined. No worries, folks. That's Alberto with that comment. Thank you, Alberto. Lorenzo says, let's go, baby. Infinite Possibility says, we should be laughing, not crying. Jason Garza says, Infinite, my most bullish pick is Cureleaf. Infinite Possibility says, Jason Garza, good luck. Omaha Wellness says, forget Trump, rich for president 2020. Hey, man, I'm ready if you guys are ready with the onion hair. Apparently, my hair looks like an onion. Maxed Out says, HEXO. HEXO announced today that they are going to fall short of their own personal financial forecast, very similar to what Aurora Cannabis did, hence the crash. Lorenzo Kama says, let's go, baby. We're all here alive and well. Stay positive and do not rush into anything. I agree. Jason Garza says, going back to Cali, to Cali, to Cali. JCM Arizona says, it sure looks to me that ACB could turn profit in the next Q or the next. I agree. They should have turned profit in this Q. That's why they went down. Lisa Anissa says, I noticed that only Canadian weed stocks went hard down. The Yosh says, one day you'll be able to buy cannabis on Amazon using Bitcoin. I don't think that day is far away. Infinite Possibility says, Jason Garza, Cali will make me billions. Wow. Really? Tyler Trudeau says, can we just get all the turds together so they can air their dirty laundry and be done with it? Muad Dib says, what are your thoughts on True Leaf? I absolutely love True Leaf. They've got more profit than anybody else in the sector, with the exception of Scott's Miracle-Gro. I think that they're a giant, and I've been saying that they're my number one pick for the last 3 months. Maxed Out says, at this rate, I will be eating lint and sleeping in a dumpster by Christmas. Start shorting. Start shorting. Short the sector, buy the HMJI ETF, buy puts. You can make money on the way down, people. Jason Garza says, cool, invite me to your island and I will cook my world famous fajitas. JCM Arizona says, bonehead error on ACB, not calculating their costs. Cali equals pump and dump. Reefer Aljoint says, Rich, there is a huge refugee wave out of Middle East again. Middle East investors are cashing and fleeing again. Middle Eastern are heavy exposed to CSE. Interesting. Gopa32 asks, what's next for Zoomaway? I have no idea. You're going to have to contact them. We've kind of fallen out of touch. But Imagination Park, I told you guys about Imagination Park. I told you it was my secret pick. People have been asking, and it's gone from 1.5 cents to over 7 cents. It's flying. Congratulations to all the members that made money on Imagination Park. We'll always find winners, guys. Even in bloodbaths, we'll always find winners. The Yash says, maxed out. It's okay. I had a big breath of fresh air for lunch today. Tyler says, Rich, Aurora said that they will have a significant footprint in the U.S. in the next few months and announcing soon. What do you think they have planned? What makes the most sense to you? Probably them doing something with BAM or AUSA. I think that that's what makes sense to me. Alberto Ramos says, Rich, any comments on gold, silver, bullion heading into 2020? I think gold is hot right now. I think silver is hot. I think precious metals are hot. I was talking to you guys about precious metals months ago before they started running. When cannabis was hot, I was talking to you guys about precious metals. Now cannabis is not, and precious metals are running. Now I'm talking to you guys about cannabis because really, when cannabis are down, that's the best time to buy. And I'm going to keep being here and I'm going to keep talking about it. I'm not going to stop. Jason Garza says, yes, buy gold and go fishing. JCM Arizona says, I can't wait to see money roll in from Mexico with ACB. Five Finger Limited says, I just bought Oxley 6,500 shares at 56 cents US. Hope you win big. Muab Dib says, Florida needs to open up and accept out-of-state medical cards. That day will be epic. I'm starting to notice so many pissed off tourists at the beach not able to purchase. Well, think about it. People are pissed off that they can't buy their weed. What does that tell you about weed? It tells you that everybody wants weed. And that's why I believe that this sector will only get bigger and will only get better. They're trying to shake the tree. They're trying to scare you off. And I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to just keep buying more. I'm just going to keep buying more and more and more. And in my opinion, these prices are a gift. Thank you guys for all the likes. Thank you guys for pulling up. I told you guys I'm going to pull up regardless if it's red, if it's green, if it's a crazy resurrection, if it's a crazy crash. Clearly today is a crazy crash. T-God announcing that they're not going to have enough money to grow their facility properly and pretty much begging for money. That was the start yesterday. HEXO coming out and saying that they are not going to hit their own financial forecast that they put out there, blaming Health Canada and everybody else. That is part of it. Cannabis crashing every single day and not being able to find a floor. That's a part of it. It's all a part of this big, epic collapse, which, in my opinion, is an incredible buying opportunity. All right, guys, have a great day. Keep your head up. Buy low, sell high. When there's blood in the streets, that's when you buy. This is an incredible buying opportunity, but don't just run out there and buy everything. Be careful. The markets are very volatile right now. The shorters are winning this battle right now. I've said this before, and I will say this again. You may be winning the battle, but we will win the war. People are not going to stop smoking weed. People are not going to stop taking CBDs. People are not going to stop taking and using hemp products. This is just a buying opportunity disguised in blood. And your boy is here again, and I'm going to keep showing up. And I've been doing it for 2.5 years. Good, bad, ugly. I've been here, and I'm going to keep being here. Do I like it as an investor? No. Do I like it as an investor? Yes. The stocks that I'm holding, yeah, it sucks. But for the stocks that I don't hold yet that I want to buy, it's great. So it's kind of a catch-22. In my opinion, this is a great opportunity for people to get in cheap. And I see more institutions going to getting in. I see more hedge funds getting in. I see new investors getting in. And I just see this sector getting bigger and getting better. I don't feel like there's any reason to panic. And remember, you don't lose until you sell. You don't lose until you sell. That's a fact. So I'm going to hold tight. You guys do whatever you want. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm not a licensed advisor. Always consult a licensed advisor before you invest in anything we talk about here on Rich TV Live. We've predicted many picks that have gone up. We've predicted a lot of picks that since they've been up have now, especially in the cannabis sector, a lot of them come down. In my opinion, that's the time to buy. Historically, they always go up again. Yeah, it's been 7 months of down, which in my opinion is presenting a huge buying opportunity. And at some point when the resurrection comes, it will be epic. You can book it. This is your boy Rich from Rich TV Live, and I'm out. Peace. Keep your head up. This is a buying opportunity. We're red today, but we will be green again. Mark my words. We will see green again. We will see green again. Because last time I looked, people are not smoking less weed. People are not taking less CBDs. People are not taking and buying and using less hemp product. They're using more, buying more, and smoking more. It's true. It's true. Stay tuned. I'll be back. Peace.